there, I'm Neon Dawn, and this is Theatrical Garbage.
Hold on. Action. Hold on. Action.
I noticed that there was a ring, but I didn't want to remove it from the river.
You're looking for the greatest breakdancer? I know him.
Look, here he comes now.
My special guest star today is
Weird 1-900 Hotline Numbers from the 80s and 90s, by Theatrical Garbage. Weird 1-900 Hotline Numbers from the 80s and 90s. In the heyday of 1-900 premium phone numbers, there was no limit to the bizarre and downright strange services people could access for a per-minute fee, from psychic readings to party lines and everything in between. These hotlines cater to the most niche and unusual interests and desires. While many of these oddball 1-900 numbers have long since been disconnected, a few have managed to endure, still offering their unique services to callers today. Let's take a look at some of the weirdest 1-900 hotline numbers from the 80s and 90s, as well as a few that are still going strong. 1-900 Love Toad. 1-900-568-3823. This hotline promised to connect callers with a real live psychic toad who would provide prophecies and relationship advice. Reports indicate the toad's predictions were hit or miss at best. 1-900 Dial Hunk. 1-900-342-4865. For those looking to hear the dulcet tones of a hunky male voice, this hotline offered personalized greetings and messages from a stable of studly bachelors. 1-900 Seance. 1-900-732-6223. Callers to this hotline could participate in a live, over-the-phone seance, communing with the spirits of the departed for a small fee. 1-900 Spank Me. 1-900-772-6563. This hotline catered to those with a penchant for corporal punishment, offering pre-recorded audio of sounds of spanking and other BDSM activities. 1-900 Sniff IT. 1-900-764-3448. Believe it or not, this hotline allowed callers to listen to the sounds of various scents and aromas being sniffed. While most of these bizarre 1-900 numbers have gone the way of the dinosaur, there are a few that have managed to endure. 1-900. Some of the weirdest 1-900 hotline numbers from the 80s and 90s. Dial a Weirdo. The strangest 1-900 hotline numbers in the heyday of premium rate 1-900 phone numbers. There was seemingly no limit to the bizarre and niche services people were willing to pay for. From the risque to the downright bizarre, these hotlines cater to the most peculiar interests and desires. The risque realm of 1-900 hotlines in the anything-goes atmosphere of the premium rate 1-900 phone number era. There were no shortage of hotlines catering to the more salacious interests and desires of callers. These risque services ran the gamut from mildly flirtatious to downright pornographic. One such hotline was 1-900 Dial Hunk. 1-900-342-4865, which allowed callers to listen to personalized greetings and messages from a stable of attractive male models and actors, marketed towards those with a penchant for beefcake. This hotline offered a taste of vicarious thrills for a per-minute fee. For those seeking a more intimate audio experience, 1-900 Naughty Girls. 1-900-628-4489. Promise sultry conversations with beautiful women. Callers could engage in flirtatious banter and even request custom fantasies from the hotline's stable of seductive operators. Things took an even racier turn with 1-900-XXX rated. 1-900-999-7283, which provided explicit pre-recorded erotic content. This hotline catered to callers looking for a more hardcore, pornographic experience, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable 1-900 fare. While the majority of these risque 1-900 numbers have long been disconnected, their very existence speaks to the insatiable demand for accessible, if ethically questionable, sources of sexual fantasy and stimulation during that era. They represented a unique, if controversial, chapter in the history of the premium rate phone industry. Dive into the water and swim. Ghosts and Pizza still offers their unique services to callers today. Let's take a look at some of the strangest 1-900 hotline numbers from the bygone era of the 80s and 90s. 1-900 dial hunk 1-900-342-4865. This hotline promised personalized greetings and messages from a stable of studly male models and actors, catering to those with a penchant for the beefcake. 1-900 Love Toad 1-900-568-3823. Callers to this hotline could receive prophecies and relationship advice from a self-proclaimed psychic toad. The amphibian's predictions were reportedly hit or miss at best. 1-900-SNIFF-IT 1-900-764-3448. Believe it or not, this hotline actually allowed callers to listen to the sounds of various scents and aromas being sniffed. 1-900-SEANCE 1-900-732-6223. For those looking to commune with the spirit world, this hotline offered a live, over-the-phone seance experience. 1-900-SPANK-ME 1-900-772-6563. This hotline catered to those with a proclivity for corporal punishment, offering pre-recorded audio of spanking and other BDSM activities. While the majority of these bizarre 1-900 numbers have gone the way of the dodo, a few have managed to endure. One notable example is the 1-900 hotline for the musical duo Hall & Oates, which still operates. Here are some examples of real 24/7 helpline numbers that are still operating today. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 1-800-273-8255. This free and confidential hotline provides 24/7 support for people in distress, as well as prevention and crisis resources. National Domestic Violence Hotline 1-800-799-7233 offers 24/7 support, resources and safety planning for victims and survivors of domestic violence. RAIN National Sexual Assault Hotline 1-800-656-4673 provides 24/7 support for those affected by sexual assault, abuse or harassment. Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA, National Helpline 1-800-662-4357, 824/7 free and confidential treatment referral and information service for individuals and families facing mental and/or substance use disorders. National Runaway SAFA Line 1-800-786-2929 offers 24/7 crisis intervention and support for runaway, homeless and at-risk youth. Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline 1-800-4-A-CHILD. This 24/7 hotline provides crisis intervention, information, and referrals to support services for victims of child abuse. While many of the bizarre 1-900 numbers from the 80s and 90s have been disconnected, these 24/7 helplines continue to provide vital, around-the-clock support and resources for those in need. They serve as an important reminder of the power of accessible, compassionate crisis support.
Drop that.
For me, what, work it.
Drop that.
Get it.
Match I reach super fly, super wise. I try the hard one. The Magi return to the newborn king. The wise men return home. King, the wise men return. Super fly, super wise. The Magi return to clean up the streets. 3 Magi the hard way.